John Lewis is a department store, but more than that, it's the backbone of Middle England. It's a kind of, it stocks everything you need. It's very popular for people's wedding lists, and it's the sort of place where you can buy all your kitchenware and your sofas and furniture for the living room and your clothes. But the key to John Lewis is that it's respected by absolutely everybody. It's like the kind of aspirational dream of what everyone wishes they could have. And the reason that this line has become so damaging, and that Boris Johnson's partner is now being referred to in the British press as Carrie Antoinette, is because everyone else aspires to having that in their home, and these people apparently think that it's not good enough for them. And that has really cut through with the British public, because everybody here just thinks, well, why can't you make do with that? If it was good enough for previous prime ministers, if it was good enough for everyone else in the country, why do you have to lie and cover up and potentially commit illegal acts in order to bring in gaudy gold wallpaper and several £1,000 settees for your living room? It's just another example of how out of touch Boris Johnson has become. And
wait. Just a second here.
From that,
Nico, just a second here. In fairness to the Prime Minister, the John Lewis furniture nightmare quote is not attributed to him or his partner. It's attributed to a visitor, an unnamed visitor.
Yeah, well, I think we all know that this is the attitude. Michael Gove, who's one of Boris Johnson's closest allies, his wife was on the radio to try and defend them this week, and she said that a Prime Minister couldn't be expected to live in a skip. And I think most people would take issue with that. Although if you look at Boris Johnson's car, which was snapped by the newspapers about a year or so ago, that looked like a skip. It was full of smeared old pots of dip and cheese crackers and dirty old newspapers and receipts. And if you take one look at him and his dishevelled appearance, you know, it's very obvious that this is not a man who's accustomed to looking his best. So I don't know why he couldn't put up with perfectly acceptable furniture.
All right. Beyond the formal inquiry launched into whether Conservative Party donors paid for that refurbishment of the Prime Minister's residence without being declared, still that burning question looms.
Is the refurbishment really that good? What does it look like? Tell the nation. What's wrong with John Lewis?
Absolutely nothing. If there's one thing I object to in this whole farrago of nonsense, is I have anything. I love John Lewis, but what I will say is that I think that
what do you love about John Lewis?
I think that what people want this government to do is focus on their priorities.
He says the words farrago of nonsense, and it makes you smile, Vivian Walt, the way that once Jacques Chirac, the French president, was in a lot of trouble over cash for going on vacation, and he said that, it went psheet, and everybody laughed, and that was the end of the scandal. Does saying farrago make this go away?
Well, can I first say that I really have to take my hat off to the Brits for always keeping us entertained, no matter what is going on. But
I thought you were going to say for keeping their politicians honest.
Exactly. But, this really reminds me of, Donald Trump saying that paying taxes was only for the little guy. Every leader recently appears to have made some kind of remark like that. President Macron saying, you can cross the street and find yourself a job. And it's just amazing to me that people in this age of social media and hot mics and cameras everywhere, that leaders continually sort of put their foot in it.